Episode 5 of Batwoman steps up its game with the history of Beth Hour. While it's not 100% her history, we know enough to know that she was kidnapped after she lost her mother, and then she was forced to be the friend of a child who felt alone with a weird father. Considering that her and Mouse are still alive, we know that there's more to their story to becoming Alice, the entity as they are. It's still a very heartbreaking tale about Beth and the horrors that she had to face, no pun intended. For me, it made her a very three-dimensional villain, which makes her you don't want to root for her, but you understand more of where she's coming from, which I do think makes her a good and enjoyable villain. Mary and Luke got to play comedic detectives this week after Mary learned of her mother's misdeeds, and I have to say that these two are easily my favorite characters, mainly because since they're comedic and they're not the main brooding character, they get to do a bit more. They have comedic, they have serious, they have a nice mix that balances them out, and I wish Kate would get a bit more of this going forward. And Alice and her goons and her over theatrics are becoming an enjoyable villain, especially now that we have her a bit fleshed out more. But it's another 7 out of 10 for me, with many improvements across the board. I think the show is starting to find some of its rhythm, and I'm hoping it finds it perfectly in time for the upcoming Arrowverse crossover. But let me know what you think down below.